Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Rub-a-ba-da-dum, bum-bum-bum-bum. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Post-Soviet gloom. No. Post-World War II reconstruction. If you think about it. Europe, whether it was Eastern Europe or Western Europe, was whacked after World War II, wasn't it? So they had to build a lot of cheap housing for a lot of people. I love the boats, fantastic. You wonder why it's called the Blue Danube, don't you? Right, so where are we today? On the old Zambo television. Let's zoom out a bit, shall we? We are in Bratislava. Only arrived yesterday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it like that. I don't want to fall off the battlements of the castle. So apparently this place burnt down in the Victorian era, and it wasn't rebuilt to the early 1950s. So the damn Ruskies, the communists, they built the castle. Let's zoom out a bit so we get it. It's a thing of loveliness and wonderfulness. Right, let's go and have a better look at it. Is Bratislava worth visiting? I love the former Soviet bloc countries. I've been in Prague, Budapest. I'm now in Bratislava. We were in Hungary as well. What's the capital of Hungary? And I don't know what type of architecture you would call this, but it's just fabulous, isn't it? When we got here yesterday, the weather was amazing. The residents of the Slovak Republic, they're very, very friendly. Let's zoom in to the horsey guy. There's a lot of good art in the city, I'll say that. Both modern, contemporary, and from back in the day. It was some walk up that hill to get here. So is Bratislava worth visiting? I love the former Soviet bloc countries. When I grew up, the Iron Curtain was actually an Iron Curtain. We were told little or nothing about the... I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. We were told little or nothing about the people, the culture, the struggles that happened in the Great Patriotic War. And we've got a UFO over there. Just going to zoom in that. The Great Patriotic War, as the Russians called it. We called it World War II. Where our grandfathers were marched into hails of bullets and bombs to protect what? I don't actually know. If you think about it, and I'm going to be a bit controversial here, it could be argued that fighting fascism was a very, very noble thing to do. But there's also my angle on it, and what the fuck did it have to do with Scotland? My grandfather didn't survive World War II. I'd rather Scotland had nothing to do with it and let the Russians and the Germans fight it out. But that's not what happened, so anyway. The River Danube was through 4 capital cities. I'm just about to go on a boat and go to another castle. I don't know what it's called, the Blue Danube. It's pretty green looking from here. I've brought the Scottish weather with me, but I'm okay with that. I'm Scottish. I know how to handle rain and crap weather. The old centre of Bratislava down there on this side of the River Danube, I don't know whether we're east, west, north or south, but the old side of it is absolutely stunning. It's very reminiscent of Budapest or Czech Republic, Prague rather. The architectural styles are really similar. As I say, so far the people have been super friendly, and I'm not just talking about folk that work in restaurants or the service industries. I've had a couple of conversations with people on the street, and oh my god, very, very, very nice people. Very educated. The guy I spoke to last night had a doctorate in chemistry and could speak 5 languages, which puts me to shame. I can barely speak English. I'm only here for a couple of days. Love the former Soviet bloc countries. Interestingly enough as well with the whole Scotland-England thing. I've not did enough research in the history of it, but when Czechoslovakia broke up, I think basically the Slovaks went into a huff because they were getting a bum deal. But everybody walked away from the deal without a shot getting fired or anything nasty happening. So if you think about what the government in England are trying to get Scotland involved with, it's the same thing as World War II, isn't it? I don't care if the Russians want to fight bloody anybody. Let them batter in. The British government are up to their eyeballs in it. I don't think Scotland should be involved in that conflict. It's got nothing to do. Let them wipe each other's cities out and go back and we can chop up the embers. But anyway, what started out as we should visit Bratislava. We should go and see these former Soviet bloc countries. We've got a little bit of politics in there. Who would have thought? It's getting windy, so let's walk down and see these big, tall, thin men. I don't know who they were, what the significance is. That thing's smashing, isn't it? Wonderful. I'll do some more. I mean, if it's boring going to your friends' houses and they pull their holiday snaps out, I use YouTube for a similar thing, don't I? Right. I presume that's the ruins of the original building. Apparently it dates back to prehistoric times. You can see why, can't you? High ground's always easy to defend. However, the bits of it were 1,000 years old. So it's getting awful windy. I hope I've not bored everyone too much. So are these big alien guys? Right. And the answer to the question is, of course, we should go and visit these countries. I think there's only, 7 or 8 million Slovakians, and they're quite happy being Slovakian. Zoom out. Thank you all for watching.